Okay, we're going to do our rule book, and this is what we're going to do. It says Parkside School-Wide Rules, because actually these rules are the rules for the whole school. You need to follow these rules all the time in the classroom and anywhere in the school. So that's the title, and it says bye. You're going to write your name. Okay? I need eyes up here because then we don't know what to do. Okay. Then we open it just like a book. And the first one is be safe. Wasn't this number 1, be safe? Okay. So these pages are blank. There's no picture, but I have the pictures over here. So what you're going to do is everyone's going to get one of these. So you're going to get a chance. I'll give you a few minutes, like 5 minutes to color. And you don't have to color it like mine. You can pick different colors. Okay, you're going to color it. And then after, I'm going to ring the bell. And then we're going to cut them out and glue them on our book. But the rule is, boys and girls, whenever we do anything with art, see, this is art, like where you get to color and cut and glue, you have to wait for directions. Even if you know what to do, you can't just right now cut all the pictures out and start gluing them yourself. We always do things one step at a time, and you have to wait for me to show you first, and then when I say go, then you can do it. Okay? So the first step we're going to do is when you go back to your seats, caretaker will pass out the books, and then you're going to write your name with your pencil. So if you want to use the markers, you can. If you don't want to use the markers, then you can just use your crayons. Okay? Okay, I'm going to wait. I hear pencils. I want to see everybody's hands on their desks. Okay? So I'm going to wait. I will not keep talking if we are not listening. All right, so we'll try it again. Okay? I will let you use the markers to color. If you don't want to use the markers, then you can use the crayons. So for 5 minutes, you're only going to color. Are you going to cut? No, I don't even want to see scissors in anybody's hand. Nobody should have scissors. You're only going to color, and that's it until I ring the bell. Okay, so you're just going to cut, see? I'm cutting on the lines. Start cutting. You're cutting. No gluing right now. We're only cutting our 4 squares and then throw away your trash. Okay, now grab the picture that says number 1. Grab the picture that says number 1. Turn it over. So find number 1. Turn it over and put the glue on the back. Okay, so Omar, you need to rub it so it gets all over the paper. See? So hold them like this and rub. There. Okay? Yeah, and then glue it on that first page. So then you'll glue your picture here on the first page.
So a lot of the first week of school is going over rules, what's expected, consequences, and so on. And we just started this year this chart system, which a lot of our 6th graders are familiar with from a lot of the elementary schools. So this is another thing we're trying to do. So all the teachers are using the same kind of discipline program. And all of this is introduced within the first, couple days. The first thing that you as a student here at Hillview need to do is to cooperate with all adults on campus by following directions the first time. Now, I know you're going to follow my directions because I'm your teacher. But if somebody in the hall says, Jane, stop running, you stop running. You don't say, I wasn't running. She pushed me. Okay? You say, sorry, or say nothing and just stop. So no arguing. with adults on campus. We all want you to be safe and get from one place to the next. So cooperate. Cooperate means no arguing. If I say, Jaquan, stop talking. Jaquan says, I wasn't even talking. He's not cooperating, okay? What Jaquan would do, wait until after class and say, Miss Phillips, I really wasn't talking. That was Jane Bradford. She's always bugging me. Can you move her, please? Okay? So he's respecting me. We're talking about this. Maybe I didn't even know this Jane Bradford was causing all this trouble. And here I was blaming him because he was the last person I saw talking, okay? But cooperate. No arguing with adults. We have something here called warrior cards, and I'll talk about this a little bit later. Sweetie, you want to sit up? Want to sit up nice and straight? Called warrior cards that your teachers will probably be giving you. When we catch you doing something right, okay? Maybe being safe, walking to the right in the halls, being responsible, doing your work, turning in your homework, being respectful of your teachers and your classmates, or being positive, having a positive attitude in class, you know, participating positively rather than just grumbling, okay? So, and we'll talk about this more later. These can be cashed in for stuff, okay? And we'll talk more about that, but I had that on my list, but you guys have been sitting too long, so I'm going to get you up.
Now, if you break these rules, one rule, thank you, there's consequences. So let's take number one. You don't know your numbers yet, but let's take number one. Let's say when I was working, guiding you, right, during a lesson, I had a student who continually kept talking out of turn and interrupting me. So I asked that student to turn their card. So the first time is green and you get a verbal warning. That means slow down, pay attention to what you're doing. That's your first warning. If the student continues to talk out of turn, he or she will be asked to turn their card again. Now what color it is? Blue. It's blue. That is a written warning. That means it goes into my grade book. You lose 10 minutes of your recess, and you write a reflection using a clipboard on the wall. If you don't finish it during recess, you'll have to finish it at some point during the day before you go home. Rewards. Now, for being a good citizen and having good behavior, you get praise, you get bear hugs. Who's ever heard of bear hugs? Oh, okay. You save those up, and what can you do with those? Yes. Positive notes and phone calls home. If you're doing a good job, I'll send an award or a note, and I'll call home and say, hey, John is doing a really good job. So glad he's in my class. He's working hard. He's an excellent student. I'll make those calls. Certificates and awards, special activities at the end of the grading period, meaning that, you know, the end of our next grading period is in October, and if everyone has really good behavior, we'll have a popcorn party. We'll do something fun. We'll have a really fun art project. You know, we'll do some fun things that you really want to do, okay? So I do like to do a lot of that. And then, of course, last but not least, the joy of learning. So if you follow the rules, if you work hard, you will learn.